Welcome to Pharmaceutical Engineering Lab. First we will see the marking scheme. As you can see that as per university there are total 15 marks for internal assessment and 35 marks is for end semester. In this way your pharmaceutical engineering practical lab consists of 50 marks. There are some list of suggested lead by University of Mumbai. There are total 13 experiments are there, and today we are going to start with the first experiment. The first experiment is all about the determination of radiation constant of brass, iron, unpainted and painted glass. As you can see in the image here, in a container we are going to increase the temperature of hot water with the help of fire. There are three processes going on in the form of heat transfer. The first is conduction, where a metal is connected with the human hand, and because of that heat is transferring. Then the second is convection, where the same material is mixed with the same material of higher temperature. You can see here these are the temperature, water at bottom is at high temperature and water at upper level is at less temperature as compared to this temperature, and they are mixing with each other, and in this way heat is transferring, which is called as convection. And the third one is radiation, where you can see that there is no mixing of the same component, there is no touch of another object, but heat is radiated in the form of electromagnetic radiation. So in this way, in this experiment, but we are only covering radiation because the conduction and convection, the heat transfer because of conduction and convection is very less. Why? Because it is not a case where every time there will be some touch, or every time we are going to mix the same object with the hotter object. The same representation I have shown here for convection, and this is the example representation, this is the conduction definition, and this is the representation, diagrammatic representation, and radiation, and this is the diagrammatic representation. Now this is a very important formula, and what it is, the radiative cooling is described by Stephen Boltzmann law, which states that the rate of heat loss per unit surface area of a body at temperature T is proportional to T raised to 4 minus Ts raised to 4, where Ts is the temperature of the surrounding. The rate of heat loss due to combined convection and radiation can be determined by, so this formula represents the heat transfer by convection and radiation, but we are only discussing about the radiation, that's why we will not consider this part, we will consider only this part. What is m? Mass of the body, whatever object we are going to take in this experiment, that mass of the body. Then what is dt by dt? It is a rate of change of that object, rate of change of temperature with respect to time, how much time it takes to reach at the room temperature. Next, h1 is the heat transfer coefficient for pure convection that we are going to calculate, and for surface area of the body, whatever object we are going to calculate its area, then temperature, then h2 is the radiation constant, and dc is your specific heat, which is different for different material. Now these are experimental setup. As you can see that we are going to increase the heat of the metal cylinder with the help of this equipment, and we are continuously monitor this temperature, and when it reaches maximum value we will off this and place this metal on a cooler pad, where we are again going to calculate its temperature is decreasing temperature after 2 minutes or 3 minutes continuously up till it reaches a room temperature, and we will tabulate all these values. Now I am going to show you, we are going to use a virtual lab to perform this experiment. I will share this link in the description, so there is no issue. You can perform this at your home, and this VLab virtual lab is an initiative by MHRD, Ministry of Human Resource Development, and this VLab of pharmaceutics is taken by Amrita Vishwavidyalaya. That you can see here, vlab.amrita.edu. The practical is very simple. You can see here one heater is there, and this heater is going to put its hot water on a hemisphere surface, and its hemisphere temperature is T1, T2, T3. We are going to measure it. So once we make it on, this will also the T1, T2, T3 temperature will reach to the temperature, whatever temperature of hot water it is. Then we will place a cool disk at T4, and because of radiation the hemisphere heat will be absorbed by this cool disk, and we are going to measure the changes of that cool disk continuously with the help of timer. You can see here, so the water temperature is 35 by default, surrounding 20 degree, mass of the disk is 5 gram, radius of disk is 3 centimeter. Okay, I am making it on, and it's on now. The hot water is going on a hemisphere. T1, T2, 3 temperature is changing continuously. You can see here now T1 is at 35 degrees Celsius, T2 is also at 35 degrees Celsius, T3 is also at 35 degrees Celsius. They all reach to their same value. Now what I will do, I will fit a disk. Now I'm placing a disk, and now the timer is started, and I stop it. Okay, so I just place a disk and the timer is started. It means the heat is radiating from a hemisphere and our cool disk is going to absorb it. So at 3.56 second, what is the temperature of your disk? See here, I will click on T4. Now it is 22.305. so that value we are going to put in an observation table. You can see here in observation table T1, T2, T3, which is 35. The average will be 35, which is the temperature of hemisphere TH. Then temperature T4, what is your T4 is 22.305, at which time it is at 3.56 second. Then I will show you what is steady state, but just a minute, I will increase, I will again on the timer. Now again time, make the timer on. Now I am taking another reading at 6.5 second. Now the temperature is 23. So as the time goes on increasing, the temperature also goes on increasing. That I want to show you. Now I will take the third reading at 14.21, and it is 27.31. You can see a temperature is continuously increasing. Steady state, where it comes, the steady state, it means where the temperature of cool disk is stable, it will not increase. That is called as steady state. So the temperature of hemisphere is how much? We know that it is 35, so it will not go beyond 35, it will stop before 35. So this is the heat absorbed by your cool disk. What it is? Just a minute. Yes, we reach the steady state. It is 32.91. That is your TD. 32.91. That is your TD. Now I am again going to slide, and I am showing you. So this much part we have completed, and I place all these value on a graph. You can see here, X is your time, Y is your temperature, this is your temperature, this is your x-axis, this is your time, and you can see a linear line come for each point, and with the help of this line I am going to calculate the slope. And what is your slope formula? Y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, and you can see that the slope is 0.508, which I get from the previous value, 0.508. Now as I told you, I will not consider this. I will consider this part because of radiation only, and you can see the H2 come is, the C will go at the numerator side S, and this part will come at the denominator side. And what is the mass? As you can see in simulation, it is 5 gram. I converted into kg. Then radius is 3 centimeter. I calculated the area of the disk, which is pi r square, and it is 0.09 meter square. And then specific heat C, which you can find out in your sheet, it is for copper, the specific heat is 385 joule per kg. This part I already show you, and with the help of this we get our dt by dt, and which is 0.507. Temperature of hemisphere 35, temperature of disk 32.91. I will place all these value, and my radiation constant is 4.68 into 10 raised to minus 8 watt per meter square per Kelvin raised to 4. So in this way we are able to calculate the radiation constant. Hope you understand the experiment. Thank you.